Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. Something has changed. Can you guess what it is? It's the new studio. That's right, we just moved in. We're still putting things away, but I wanted to get you a new video in the beginning of April. So here we are. Now, before you ask, I have heard this song before. Kirk loves to play Megadeth whenever we drive anywhere. Megadeth and Tool. He's got great taste. And so I've heard this song probably 100 times, but I've never analyzed it with headphones on, and I've never seen the music video. So there's a couple firsts today. Let's get to it. Before we get any further, I have to say, this is a very different experience hearing them on headphones than hearing them in the car while you're driving at 100 miles an hour. You can hear all of the intricate notes and a lot of offbeat notes, which is really fascinating. I'm going to go back to the beginning, and we're going to listen to that again. So the time signature is very interesting. We're going to go back. We're going to count this out really quickly. But I believe, actually, let's listen to this. Let's do this together. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. That is 11/7 time signature, which, not to be confused with 7-Eleven, which is known for corn dogs and week-old sushi. This is 11/7 time signature, which is I guess, the staple of thrash metal. Let's continue listening. Look at that hair. Is that hair not luxurious and glorious? It's as if Cousin It from the Addams Family got a perm. Also, I think I stopped it in the middle of a solo, so let's go back and let's listen to that again. Look at that hair. See what I'm saying? I also noticed something. I'm going to go back here. Let's see if I can catch it. I think, oh, right there. We're going to go back. Perfect. Look at Dave's hand. Is he not a good husband wearing his wedding ring in the music video? Huh? That's right. hair. Oh. So let's talk a little bit about Dave's voice here, hearing it for the first time with headphones on, mind you. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. His voice is not beautiful. But that's not what makes voice good or charismatic. His voice has the energy that this song needs. There's tons of drive behind it and lots of compression. It's also very forward focused. It's meant to sound a little grating and a little gnarly. Would I want to hear him sing some opera? Yeah, no. But, but would I want him to sing in this band? Absolutely. Yes, I would. Let's go back just a little bit more. Also, this is actually the perfect pause point. Look at that mouth shape. Now, we've heard his voice a little bit. It's very unique and it definitely stands out. But there's three things I always talk about in terms of how you vocalize something and create music with your mouth. And that's, first you have to breathe, get this big breath in, and then you phonate, and that sound is coming up, and then you have to shape that sound. And there's a lot of different functionality within your mouth hole where you can shape that sound. Here with Dave, this is what I called the sly smile, the Sylvester Stallone smile. So let's stop for a second and try and sing with your mouth to the side and see how effective you are. I'm not very good at it, but Dave is magnificent. Tinkerbell? So is that a sitar or is that just the guitar? Can you answer that in the comments for me? Because it sounded a lot like a sitar. Let's listen to that again. So I will say at the end of his vocal line there that there's some interesting rumble in his sound in a few places. At times he's adding a little bit of distortion. It almost mimics the distortion of a guitar, which is really fascinating. But the rumble sounds a little bit lower, plus some really cool effects in there. And we're going to hear it, I think, right here. That. It's almost like he's mimicking the drums at the same time. Whoa, that's seizure worthy right there. I guess thrash metal is like seizuring metal with this. Let's watch it again. So I get the war footage going with the lyrics. I don't know why they're jumping out of an airplane right now. I would love to know. I would also like to know why they're all shirtless. I don't know if that was a thing that happened a lot when this was done, but it's nice that they're all shirtless. Plays really fast, and it's shocking to see him sing and play the guitar. If you saw my Phil Collins reaction, I was shocked to see Phil Collins play the drums and sing at the same time. To see someone play the guitar as quickly and as fast as Dave is and be able to put out such vocal talent is quite impressive. We're going to go back just a little bit. So one of the good things about Dave and maybe not the rest of them being shirtless, but Dave definitely being shirtless, is the fact that we get to examine his full breath apparatus. We get to I can't fully see his clavicles, so it would be a little bit better if his shore were maybe a tiny bit shorter. But then again, if he did cut his hair a little bit shorter, then he'd probably be back in Metallica. I think this is another guitar solo. That's fast! That's so fast! Oh my gosh! So let's talk about shirtless Dave for a moment more. 2 years ago, I talked about Mark Garrett from Kardashev and his tongue looking like Pavarotti's tongue. Beautiful tongue. But here, we're going to talk about Dave's body shape. So there's actually some dispute about how tight a person's abs should be when to get the most effective singing. I used to have a singing teacher when I was singing opera that told me I needed to drop the groceries, if you know what I mean. I was trying to hold my stomach in too much and not allowing my breath to travel to the floor. On the other hand, I was never under the pressure that some of my baritone colleagues were aiming aiming for with the ab feature to be featured in the Barahunks annual calendar. So, Barahunks, that's right, that's a thing, Barahunks. And, Dave here probably could be a Barahunk if he just dropped his voice a little bit. Let's get back to it. That is horse stance with the guitar. We're going to call that elephant stance. I just noticed right there, you can see at the bottom of the screen, his belt is made of bullets. I think the aesthetic goes really well with the lyrical content of this song. That's really nice. Also, this chromatic rise gives me the heebie-jeebies. We're gonna go back and listen to this whole section again. Ooh, so that growl right there. I am something of an aficionado with growls these days. There'll be more on that later, but Dave really leans into the growl here. We'll listen to it about 4 more times. Even though it sounds intentionally grating, I don't think it's happening at the true fold level. So he has much too clarity in the pitch surrounding that growl. It makes me think that it's not the true vocal folds that are creating this gritty sound, but rather more of a super glottal. That is a word, super glottal structure. So some of the other fleshy bits above the true vocal folds, the throat balls, as we call them, going wacka, 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 and creating a secondary sound source. That's what it sounds like. I'm going to go back and listen to that again. This was fantastic. This is something that I can see myself listening to in the car more and more every time Kirk drives someplace. In fact, I probably should expect it at this point. As I said before, Dave's voice is not beautiful. It's not angelic. He's definitely not Dio. But what he does have is character, and that's important when it comes to singing. Pitch-wise, the song doesn't have a huge vocal range, and you don't really expect that, especially since you're coming for the thrash and the seizure of the music video. Instead, he's aiming for drive with his sound. Dave's entire vocal performance, it seems, is to be about drive. He's often hits just one pitch, and then he keeps hitting it over and over and over again until he's punching you in the face with it. Especially at the end where he just keeps repeating that line over and over again. It's absolutely fantastic. I love this. If you'd like to see other analyses by me, you can check this link out over here, and I will see you next time. Bye.